Um, my uncle came to my one birthday when I was about 5 years old, and he rocked up late with a tattoo. And I went up to him and I was like, "Uncle, where did you get this tattoo from?" Thinking it was from like a cereal box. Do you know what I'm saying? And he goes, "No, this is a real tattoo." And he like showed me that it doesn't rub off, and I was like, "That is the most incredible thing I've ever seen." Like, I would love to do that sort of thing. What do you think I need to do that? And he turned around and to me and he said, "Well, I think you got to learn how to draw, bro." So I was like, "Sweet, man." Everyone was there, everyone was at the party, and I decided like to go straight into my room at 5 years old and just put my head down and start drawing. And here I am, 33 years later. My name's Joe. Everyone knows me as Joe Scope. I'm a tattoo artist. I was originally born in Kempton Park, South Africa. I studied in South Africa. My parents did not love the idea of me becoming a tattoo artist. My father was dead set on thinking that I was gonna like become poor or something like that and only tattoo pirates and well, I don't know if I can say this, but pirates and hookers. But something inside of me still really wanted to tattoo. It was always I was getting tattooed constantly. I just always wanted to be a tattoo artist, and the one day I said to my parents, I was like, "Listen, I have to go and chase my dreams." I started tattooing in France. I got a lot of momentum because I took it very seriously. I ate, drank, and slept tattoos. I did everything in my power to become a good tattoo artist because I felt that I was late to the industry. Um, Working as a sound engineer and a video editor, I thought I had lost so much time between being 18 and 26 because that's when I moved to France. So I just put my head down, stopped the parties a bit, and really just focused on my work. It's far from home, but traveling from South Africa to all these other places, it's a lot more difficult. Um, I also moved because thinking about starting tattooing in South Africa with the population being rife with AIDS, it scared myself and my folks quite a lot. So I thought it would be a lot better having a French passport to move to France and start there because the industry is more professional, it's more clean, it's safer. Um, I know it's a weird way of thinking about it, but that was the main reason why I actually left South Africa. It's just because the industry wasn't very big back then. So there wasn't a lot of people that were willing to teach as well. They were very held back in how they wanted to continue with their shops and stuff. They didn't really want new people in the industry because there wasn't that many people getting tattooed already. Whereas the rest of the world were all going mad for tattoos. Being on this side of the pond, it was a lot more easier, feeling a lot more safe, and a lot more artists were on the side of the world as well. The artistic development in South Africa is back then when I moved about 18 years ago, the country was still trying to get itself back together. So that's why I left South Africa to go to the rest of the world that already had the art scene and the tattoo scene booming, and it just made it a lot easier for me to get into the scene. For what I brought over was a little fortune for myself, but over here it was nothing. So I needed to not only try and become a tattoo artist, I also had to like eat and pay for rent and all that. And when you're an apprentice, you don't get money. So I just consumed myself with tattooing, and luckily all the artists in the shop I would do extra jobs for them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like clean their cars and do this and that, just to get a bit of extra money to pay the rent and actually eat every day. So it was very, very interesting in the beginning, and still try be creative, find the time to draw and learn this crazy industry. Do you know what I'm saying? It's very difficult to reinvent the wheel. That's very true to tattooing. So to put on your own flair on something and making it completely yours is quite difficult at first, because you're still looking for what makes me me in my work, you know. For execution and the way things are done, like I could pick different sets of colors, for example. So there was a time where I would do a lot of black work, and the only color that I would put in was teal. So it would be all black work, lots of lines, lots of dark shading. But then my little signature would be a few lines of white and a whole bunch of teal. Um, Nowadays, it's just the way I execute the lines. I love, so if, for example, let's say you want a Wolverine, I would exaggerate the thickness and the boldness of the lines, and then just use a specific color palette. Now I only really work with about 20 colors altogether. Saying that, that's nothing to a color artist. Some of these color artists, they've got up to 300 colors from all the different brands and stuff. So I think what makes my work stand out is that I stick to a set path of color palette and the execution of the black. I love lots of black with my work. That's just to make all the colors pop. So I would say that's somewhat my signature. Also, the way I go about it. This tattoo that you're doing today, for me, it needs, like your future tattoo, it needs to correspond with it. Even though you might not know what it is, I still design it in a way where it can still interact with other tattoos on the body or just on the arm. So if you're not sure about getting a sleeve, I can make it into a sleeve because of the way I've executed it. It's not just finite and a standalone piece, if you will. But if you don't get tattoos, it still looks, if you don't get more tattoos on that arm, it still looks perfectly finished at the same time. Originally, this shop that we're in today was meant to be just my private studio, like literally just me in here, no signage outside, just jam with the people that love my work. Word got out that I was tattooing, and I had just so many people knocking on that door, and now there's 5 people that work here all together. So me wanting this to be just my own little personal space has actually evolved, and Full Scope Tattoos is like a family now. It's not just me. Do you know what I'm saying? So I've had 16 apprentices in the years I've been tattooing, and the last two that are now working in my shop, we work all together. They've got their own style, but I feel like I've rubbed off a little bit on them. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm very happy that happened, but I had no intention of that happening. Do you know what I'm saying? So they've got their own personalities, but seeing that I've been a part of their growth and stuff, and knowing that they work here, I mean, there's not more one could ask for in life, I suppose. Do you know what I'm saying?